Hey, what is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another episode of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where we unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you like to see what I see when you see it, I see it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, get notified when we have new videos. And if you're already doing that, go ahead and, well, not go ahead and do something. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget, 3,000 subscriber giveaway going on right now, on our way to 4,000 before TFCon November 1st. But speaking of Transformers, we're going to talk about someone that's, I mean, some have argued, is it a Transformer? Is it not? You know, what is the meaning of a Transformer? What is not the meaning of a Transformer from a licensing standpoint? Whatever it may be. Well, we're going to look at a Marvel Legends figure, and this is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Death's Head, whose first appearance was in the English version of Transformers. I don't remember what the issue is, but we're going to take a look at this. We're going to open it up. We're going to pop it open and see if this one is more than meets the eye. So let's do it. Okay, folks, here he is, Marvel Legends Death's Head. First appearance in the Transformers comic books in good old Great Britain, and then went on to be adopted into the Marvel Universe. So he is a robot space bounty hunter. Does not transform, but some people argue that he is a Transformer from the branding licensing, so to speak, not necessarily a Transformer from the term of turns into something else. But this is him. This is the beautiful San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I did not go to Comic-Con to get this. Hasbro made it available on their website, Hasbro Pulse. It is still available as of this filming, that you can pick this up. I think it's $39.99, and you can get this beautiful figure. And I love the box of this. Very, very retro, very chic, very awesome. And so there's the front. The side has the cartoon artwork, the comic book artwork of him. The back kind of tells you a little bit about him. Don't call Death's Head a bounty hunter unless you're tired of breathing. It's a peacekeeping cyborg from far in the future. So that's what he is. And so, but you got his stats, his power stats, all sorts of stuff there. I love this. It says, did you know Death's Head actually owns a pet vulture? Interesting. And then there is their bottom, the front top of that too as well. But it comes with all sorts of cool stuff on the inside. So let's get this guy out of the box. This very intimidating looking bottom jaw, kind of like you sling blade looking guy, out of the box and onto my table right now. Here he is, folks, out of the box onto my table. I'm trying to figure out what his voice would sound like. I don't know. He may be in some cartoons, maybe not, but I'm just trying to figure out, does he kind of have that Arnold Schwarzenegger, or is he kind of like Sling Blade or whatever it may be, with his bald lip out like so, like kind of a little boomhauer dangle dang, or if he's just really, really tough Dame Death's Head right there. But I digress. This is what you get in the box. You get his shield, which is really cool because you can peg in the accessories to kind of be held onto this shield. You get 3 weapons. You also get his mace window right here. Very cool. Nice little soft plastic on that. So very nice. And this missile right here that goes on too as well. And then you get an extra set of hands right here, both fists. And you have him, the piece de resistance right there. Now, one of the cool things I do like, as I move him out of the way really quick, is the box has this really cool backdrop. So if you want to kind of use this as a backdrop for Death's Head, you can. So that way he can kind of be standing in this really gnarly, like post-apocalyptic looking world. This peacekeeping concerned civilian here. But overall impression so far, I mean, he is built pretty solid. This is probably one of the most solid Marvel Legends figures I've felt in forever. It just looks and it feels and it's built pretty solid. More of a deluxe kind of like, if for example, McFarlane has their mega figs, which are about $40, and then their regular figs are like about 22. This would be like in almost that mega fig, but not quite as big as a mega figure on that. So, but let's see how tall he is. He is sitting at almost 8 inches tall, right about 7 3/4 there. So let's bring him in for a closer look. Too close. Back a little bit. There it is. And so the artwork and the sculpting on this face is freaking phenomenal. Really love, I think they did a really good job on the paint. No overspray as far as I can see. Love the battle damage on the armor here. You could probably, with a little bit of black wash, make them really, really look gnarly, kind of messy and dirty and stuff like that. You have, this is real soft, kind of softer plastic, so it can be more malleable. The yellows, the blues, the reds look really good. If we look along the belt here, again, not really any overspray to say right there. The paint looks pretty uniform on this thing. Really, really, really good job. Good job on this figure. Back, the cape, would have been cool if this was a soft goods cape, but you know, I get it nonetheless. This is just a plastic cape, but it would have been really, really cool if that was a soft goods cape that had a little bit of wiring or something inside of that you can mess with. So there, let's do a rotisserie view here. There is the front, the side, the back, the side, and the front again. So, but yeah, just pretty hefty in the hands, right there, but just love the look of that face. Just his bottom jaw protruding like that, just kind of, you know, makes him look menacing. Looks like a bulldog, doesn't he? Like a robotic bulldog. So anyway, down boy, down. All right, so, but from an articulation standpoint, you do have up, down, side, side. So you got some good articulation there. Doesn't look like, well, yeah, you got a bit of a front and backwards there too as well that you can kind of do with that. And then you got the arm. It's really, really tight, but it can pop up. You have a bicep swivel. You have a 90-degree bend. You have swivel on the wrist there. You can go forward, and that's where this kind of comes up a little bit. Can go backwards on that. Does it have any? No, it doesn't have like a butterfly effect there. Butterfly effect there for that. And then the ab crunch, you do have a top ab crunch, so you can get him in that forward pose or back a little bit more. And then you have the swivel here. No top ab crunch swivel like McFarlane figures have. Kick up. His skirt kind of gets in the way a little bit. His little skirt, yeah, he's wearing underwear. And then can kick back just a hair, not much on that. I don't want to break it. That's the bad thing, is I seem to always like to break it at the legs. But I think just the nature of this underwear right here kind of gets in the way. His buttocks, but look at that butt. That's a bounty hunter's butt right there, my friends. But I digress. You have this thigh swivel here. You have bend at the ankle. It's very, very tight. Yeah, 90-degree bend there. And then you have the rocking things, but you don't have the toe bend like a McFarlane figure does have. That's one of the things I do like for McFarlane. I mean, from an articulation standpoint, it's pretty similar, but from a from a price standpoint, I think McFarlane's a bit cheaper on that. So, but love the fact you got this little hole in the back that you can kind of put the shield on. You can take him, you can put these accessories kind of in here like so. We'll put this like so. We'll put this like so, like that. And you can kind of put this on his back so that he's carrying all of his weapons, looking very, very menacing there. Pulling off the arms should be fairly straightforward and simple to be able to do on that too as well. But let's get him compared to a few other figures here, and then we'll kind of go through my final thoughts on this Death's Head. But so far, my first impression, really cool. Really, really cool. Really nice. Loving him, loving him, loving him. So let's get some other figures in here. All right, got a few figures we want to kind of compare him with. First of all, let's bring in a 7-inch McFarlane so you can kind of see from a scale standpoint. So he scales pretty close with the 7-inch McFarlane, but he's supposed to be bigger and more menacing on that. So, but there's Brainiac from McFarlane Toys. Here's a Mega Fig from McFarlane. Let's kind of see if we can pull this back a little bit so you can kind of see those guys standing there. So you can kind of see just from the look there, that's how he is going to scale with McFarlane figures. Not really going to scale well at all, but let's take a look with a Marvel Legends, kind of like where he's sitting at. So this is Marvel Legends Wolverine, and so that's probably going to be more along what he's going to scale with. Really, really cool. 5-inch McFarlane, let's bring that in so we can kind of see there. And let's bring in a Black Series. Let's bring in Cobb Vanth here. I have them just kind of handy. And then a 3.75-inch Ahsoka Tano. Now, one thing that I'm excited about is to kind of see if I can recreate the kind of the cover of his first appearance. We can kind of, let me just actually move Ahsoka, you guys out of the way here. Boop. Here's Hot Rod. So, and he's a lot bigger than Hot Rod here. This is the Studio Series. Now, if you read in the lore, when he traveled to the dimension the Transformers were from, he actually grew in height to kind of match the height of the robots. So there he is, scaled with Hot Rod there. But yeah, this is the cover I'm going to be going for. So up here in the top left corner, you can kind of see what I'm going to try to see if I can kind of pose it. That would be kind of cool if I can. But we'll see what we can do there. So let's get back together. Let's talk through some of my final thoughts, my pros, my cons. Should you pick it up? Should you try to find it? Should you get it? Or should you leave it behind? So let us do it. So after playing with him a little bit, Death's Head, that does not sound right. So after messing around and discovering all that I can about this figure, let's bring in Death's Head. So here he is. There it is. Probably the pose I will keep him in. I kind of like that. It kind of looks like the Boba Fett with my favorite bounty hunters, my Boba Fett missile right there. Lobo. I wish I had my Lobo out. I could put him with all. I could do like a collection of bounty hunters. You know, I got Bludgeon. I got Tarn. I don't know if Bludgeon's a bounty hunter. Tarn is a bounty hunter. I got Devcon. But I could put him with, I could make like a collection of bounty hunters, those that are for hire to get and capture prisoners. But pros on this guy, he looks really, really good. And I forgot to tell you, he does have like rotation right here. So there's some more rotation that you get. It kind of makes it look a little funky sometimes in some poses. But he's hefty. He's pretty freaking awesome. Comes with some cool accessories. I do wish he came with some additional hands that can grab things. Although I know his weapons, you kind of just put them in to the hand holding across America. But I do wish he came with some extra hands on that. But that is my only, and then the only other complaint, I wish it was a soft goods cape, because then you can really do some pretty cool stuff. If you're a modder, you can kind of make some really cool, just kind of like wicked looking, paint job on the weapons, kind of maybe weather him up a little bit, kind of give him a little bit of a weathered look. I think that would look really cool, because they did a little bit here, but didn't quite. Everything else is shiny and brand new. So we want to make him look like he's been traveled and he's been out in the wild hunting Decepticons, Autobots, Marvel characters, whatever. Galactic bounty hunter there. So that's the only real con. The other con is, he can't quite move his leg all the way back because his butt gets in the way. But still very, 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 very cool. Now the price tag, $39.99. Woo! So it's a pretty stiff one. So if you're really looking for this figure and you're looking for, or you're a completionist, then yeah, you'll probably want to get him. If you're not, he may be a little too obscure for you, so you may go $39.99. Not for me on that, but I'm a completionist. I'm also a collector of Transformers and Transformers lore, and where this guy is going to hang out, he's not going to hang out with my Marvel characters. He's going to hang out with my Transformer characters, because you know what? that's where I want them. That's what I'm gonna do, because it's my collection. I can do what I want. So that is all I gotta say. Scalar, good, bad, awesome, freaking intergalactic, awesome. So that's what I love about him. So tune in next time when we talk about something else, good, bad, or awesome. And if you really enjoyed this video, consider giving a super thanks, and maybe consider becoming a member of this channel. It only helps the channel, doesn't hurt it at all. It helps put food in my mouth. Actually, it puts food in these guys' mouths. But thank you so much for all of y'all's support. So in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.